I like scary. We are back. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So, you guys, today we're going to talk about some things that we seen in the Scream 6 behind the scenes video. But before we get started, you guys, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. So, you all, if you've been in the horror community, we've been on YouTube, we've been seeing they've released some Scream 6 behind the scenes videos along with some interviews with the cast members, and they kind of touch on a few interesting things that I want to talk about today with you guys. So first off, the interview includes Mandy, Leona Liberato, Sam, Chad, and some cool interview sections with Radio Silence. Now, as we dive into it, one thing I kind of pinpoint a lot of things that these cast members said about Scream and everything, but we kind of hear Gale saying basically compliment Radio Silence on doing this film, how great they've done it, and saying that she thinks that they did everything that West would have done, which is definitely a good sign. So because Courtney Cox has been locked in with Wes Craven, so she's saying, with this film that it's looking like this is something Wes would have definitely done. So that kind of made me happy knowing that they're sticking to the roots, but still trying to be different and take these risks that they're saying that they're going to take. So I'm excited about that. Also, Sam actually touched on Hayden Panettiere's character and, just Kirby. And she said something that was very interesting, saying that basically Kirby's character, it's kind of like it makes us doubt her, if that makes sense. It makes us doubt her in some way, basically saying that it's almost like, is she on Sam and Tara, Mindy and Chad's side, or is she not? So that's kind of interesting. She's an FBI, she's an FBI agent from what I'm hearing, but it's almost like, it's kind of interesting. Like, does you mean she's working heavier with the cops, or she's not listening to them and she's doubting them, and maybe they're saying Ghostface, or possibly they have some clues on everything with Ghostface, and she's probably doubting him, no, she wants to leave it alone because she's been through it with Charlie and Jill and everything, or she's saying basically whose side she's on because she's kind of not putting energy into the situation and she's just there. I don't know, but that's very interesting because I thought that Kirby would possibly be, soon as she kind of gets around Sam and Tara, everyone else, that she's going to be locked in because they share the same story, just like she said in the trailer. We have something in common, basically share the same story. So that's kind of interesting, touching on Kirby's character, giving us a feel about what Kirby Reed's character could possibly have her hands in, and just saying that it's a lot of moments of doubt with Kirby's character. You kind of think that she's not going to do what you're thinking she's going to do, from what I'm understanding, saying that she's on both sides of the fence with the the main core. So also, Gale kind of explains the plot and the footing of Scream 6. That is very interesting. I kind of, previous videos guessed that this was going to happen once we found out about that requel book that Gale hasn't played. But Gale said that, basically through that Sam and Tara moving to NYC, Gale has a morning show in New York City, and she writes a book that she told Sam she wouldn't write. And it kind of makes, basically the Sidney Prescott situation kind of relive itself. But, Sam comes, from what I'm understanding, kind of approaches her. And basically, she only says something, basically with the book is going to be the key to Sam and Gale kind of getting back together. Because after she kind of touches on, that's what makes Gale involved. And then Gale becomes a target. So you guys, on the Scream live stream, we just had the Scream 6 live stream, I touched on that, and I think that Gale is going to become a target due to that book. And that's how she's going to get involved with, the situation and Ghostface and everything. But yeah, she's saying that she's going to actually become a target after this book situation with Sam. And she wrote this book. I can't wait to see what pertains in this book that Gale wrote. But Melissa Barrera also saying that it's a lot of callbacks to the other films in this Scream, so that's very cool and interesting. They're kind of digging deep with other films, because they mainly kind of, in my opinion, was kind of digging for that original Scream, but now it's like they're kind of, I'm pretty sure they're going to kind of go for some Scream 4 because of Kirby being in there. But and also Radio Silence saying that Scream 6 is a ride, and they basically the feeling where they're filming and it's consistent, just action after every, scene, and then at the end of the movie you finally get to, exhale. And so I'm like, that's crazy. So it's like basically like an emotional roller coaster, and what I'm getting from them. And they kind of touch on a lot of other things about Scream 6, and saying how it was fun to basically, work with some of the props and everything. It was probably the most fun they've had, doing things like that. Well, Melissa Barrera kind of touches on the character of Sam, saying like, basically she's a great character. Her character is written out very well, and saying that she, usually final girls are good. You're good final girls, but Sam, the character Sam, is a bad final girl. She has something bad, with her, and that's kind of different. I mean, I wonder what she means bad. Like, is it the Billy Loomis past, or or is it going to be like some type of twisted final girl, like remixed character or something? I don't know. But either way, she just said, every final girl is usually good, but Sam is bad. So that was very interesting, and she, also kind of touched on basically, how Ghostface is brutal and everything in this, and she just, talked about how this film is just going to be a good film, and, usually that's, their jobs and everything. But I kind of touch on something that Gale said. Gale said that this Ghostface is very aggressive. Some of the kills are to the point she had to cover up her face, her eyes. She couldn't see it, from my understanding. But she said she was not surprised that, after this, that Ghostface arm would have not, fallen off. That's how crazy the kills is. So I'm like, damn, and she's saying that Ghostface is learning new spots to stab victims. So I'm like, okay, this seems crazy. This is like, it's getting kind of interesting. But yeah, you guys, all of this is great news. For the most interesting thing I heard was, Melissa Barrera touching on Kirby's character, how she's like, you don't know which side she's on. That's kind of interesting. And also, her, talking about her character. And another thing was what Gale kind of said about the book bringing her and Sam together, and that kind of makes Gale a target. So yeah, man, and before we kind of end off on this, man, I'm not gonna lie, this probably is gonna be one of the best screens from what I'm seeing in this trailer. I'm hoping. I'm going in with a positive mindset. I cannot wait to see this film. And yeah, you guys, comment down below what you guys think about everything we just talked about, with the cast talking about everything with Scream 6. But unfortunately, it's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social medias. Alex Gray on Instagram, Alex Gray 77 on TikTok, Gray on Facebook, Alex Gray on Twitter. And yeah, you guys, right there where it says subscribe next to it, click join to become a member of the channel. And yeah, watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.